Welcome back to another episode, week 12, Overreaction Monday. I'm one half of the Man to Man pod, Darius Butler. I got my co-host, Antoine Bethea. He'll be back on the other side. He is on the road, so he very well may be having some connectivity issues, but he'll be back. Man, what a week. Another week. Hold on, let me run through. I'm going to run through a couple more of these comments, couple more of these overreactions until I get into everything we got to talk about today. I'll just start there. Colts. I'll talk about the Colts-Bucks game, what they did well, what they didn't do so great. AB was in the building. I would love to hear his, how he saw things. Obviously, Rob Mathis went to the Ring of Honor. Also a man-to-man alum, all-time NFL leader in strip sacks. First year eligible as a Hall of Fame semifinalist. So big shout out to Rob 98, a.k.a. the Sandman. A lot of people were in the building. A lot of OGs were in the building. I unfortunately couldn't make it. But like I said, when AB gets back here, we're going to talk about that. Just went over some of the things we're going to get into this week. Obviously, probably going to start with that Colts-Bucks game. How was the energy, man? How was the weekend? Everything with Rob? I know you were in the building in Indy. How did everything go?
Man, it went good, man. As you know, man, it's always good to see the fellas, man, get around the guys. The energy was electric. The crowd and just, everybody excited for Rob, man. And to have Tom Brady and the Bucks coming to town and see our coach rock out, man, it was a good time. Good time.
Yeah, man, good time. You should be going in there soon, man. I see you already had your blue jacket on.
Yeah, so you see me try to blend in.
You see my dog trying to blend in. Yeah, I already had the blue Joe. You already in the facility. You know what I mean? So you'll be in there soon, man. But I know it was good to get out there. I wish I could have got out there, man. But the game, man. Let's talk about the game. What took place on the field? Because they came out the way they came out, man. We both had Indy. We both had Indy winning outright. We obviously had them covering, and it looked great from the start. Looked like the defense came to play from the jump. Special teams, offense took a little time to get going, but they eventually got going. How did it look? How did it feel in the building, man? What happened, man?
It was the same thing, man. And kind of was talking about it when we were watching the game, but the defense came out hot. And like you said, it took the offense some time to get it going. And we was like, look, you don't got too much time because Tom Brady at some point he's gonna figure it out. So like you said, the defense was flying around. They was getting off the field. Just kind of hope the offense could have got started sooner. Really the run game. We seen JT really getting it going these past couple of weeks, but he kind of slowed up this week. It was one drive where they really got it going, but man, it was a tough one. And again, it was one of them things we talked about before, where when you got a team on the ropes, man, you gotta knock them out. Especially a good team like the Bucks. So it was a tough one. I think it's definitely one that the coach should have had, though.
Yeah, man, it was such a huge game. Obviously, we knew Tennessee was going to be up in New England. They was going to have a tough one. And then we had the Bucks in our house, and we had them on the road, especially after when we went up 10 when T.Y. scored. Frank Wright ended up going for it on fourth. I felt like that was a great play call. Switched it up, went up 10 points. I thought like that was okay. Now we got him. The muff punt was huge.
Yeah,
we had a fumble. We had like 4 turnovers. The muff punt, the fumble. Mike Pittman, that late interception. Winfield, great play. I know you love to see that type of play from a deep middle of field safety. He went up, climbed the ladder. Pittman got like 6-7 inches on Winfield right there. You got to go up and get that, big dog. Or at least break it up.
Winfield, that was a hell of a play, man.
Hell of a play.
Like you said, climbed that ladder, went up and got it at the highest point where, we always are taught as a DB, go get at his highest point. Man, it was a great I'm like, oh, that's PI, But then once they replayed it, I'm like, hey, that was a magnificent play,
Yeah,
like you said, man. You gotta go up there and fight for that.
Yeah, that's a big dog play. And that was a little cool moment, too, because obviously both of those cats, Michael Pittman Jr. and Antoine Whitfield Jr., are both second generation NFL. So that was kind of dope to see that, but big time play. I love Winfield coming out. That defense. For sure. They made some plays down the stretch. And then that run game, the run game could never get going, man, because them big dogs they got across the front, Golston, Vita Vea, Sue, like, them some grown-ass men. I know Buffalo had a good run defense, but at Tampa, completely different ball game. So a lot of people are getting on, Frank and, the coach saying they didn't run enough. I feel like they tried to. They mix it up. They put up 31 points. You put up 31 points at home, you got to be able to get it done. Fournette, he went crazy. The Colts were giving up the underneath stuff kind of all game. And then Brady just, was patient and just kept dumping it down, kept handing it off. Gronk made his splash plays. Yeah. That was really the difference, man. But, that's what good teams do. They find a way to win, even when they're not supposed to. But 38-31, I didn't see this game being this high scoring. Big loss for us, man. Hated it, man.
Yeah, but I think that the promising thing, I think we're still in it, with the Titans, obviously them coming off a loss, and AJ Brown on IR, losing, Derrick Henry. I think our coach still have a possibility, but they gotta control what they can control. You gotta take it one game at a time. You gotta get these wins when you can get them. As you can see right here, Tennessee at the top of the AFC South, 8-4, and our coach at 6-6. We still got a chance.
Still got a chance, definitely. 5 games left. What about the Bucs, though? You think they got a chance to get back to the dance after seeing them live?
They do. We always kind of talk about it. For one, let me see. Damn, did I freeze?
Hold on, you froze for a second. Thank you, good money. Uh-oh. Somebody said you froze the silent. Pause.
All right, here we go.
All right, there we go.
So for one, we always talk about, a team having a chance. You got to have that quarterback. And obviously, TB12 back there leading that that offense. They have a chance there. You see the defense. The defense can make plays. They're tough in the trenches, and they get hot at the right time. It was just like last year. They got hot at the right time. They have a veteran crew, a veteran team. So I think they have a big shot, a big chance of getting back to that dance this year.
Yeah, I'm right there with you. And I've kind of said that from the jump. As long Brady he didn't have a great game yesterday. I think he's still the betting favorite right now to be the MVP. And in this defense, as it continues to get healthier, you got to bet on them to be able to get it together. They got it together last year around week 12. We're around that same spot. So on the NFC side, we got the Packers. Packers are, I think you said that they were your number one team in the NFC. I think they would probably be my 1 or 2 right now too. And then obviously the Cardinals with Kyler Murray coming back into the fold at some point here. On both sides of the ball, they've been doing their thing. So I think those 3 teams are clearly the top 3 teams on the NFC side. Cowboys.
I don't know. The verdict is still out.
I think I don't know. They're actually dealing with some COVID issues right now. Came out right before we jumped on. Mike McCarthy, head coach, he tested positive for COVID. So he'll be out this Thursday game. And they said there are 8 more positive tests. So I'm not sure if those are players, if those are coaches, but this is definitely not what the Cowboys need right now. The Rams also, who a lot of people crown. Once they went all in with the Von Miller trade, you went and got Odell. Obviously, Robert Woods got hurt, but we had my co-hosts and others crowning Stafford as this great quarterback who was just in the wrong place. And slowly but surely, looked like Stafford reverting to his old ways. 3 straight games with a pick 6. Obviously not all on him, but man. Hold on. I thought doing the mannequin challenge again.
Mm-hmm.
Let me see. Hold on.
Yo.
But nope. Oh, there you go. There you
Yeah,
go.
I'm
There you
here.
go. There you go.
I'm here. I'm here.
Yeah, we in the middle. We in the business. All right, so yeah, Rams. So Rams, obviously a lot of people applauded them for going all in, Super Bowl, woody woo. They done dropped what, 2, 3 in the last 3 or 4 weeks now?
Yeah, I think so.
How you feel about your quarterback, man?
Hey, man,
And
you
yeah, I'm
know,
gonna say your quarterback.
it's all love. It's all love. I can stand on that. And then we all have them stretches as players. I still have, Matt Stafford as one of the good quarterbacks. So, he's definitely taking some bumps right now. But,
Mm-hmm.
We're going to see how it goes. They got, what, 6 more games left? We're going to see what happens.
Six more games left. I don't see it, man. I don't see it. I did love to see Odell get back to his old self with that double move, the sluggo against Quarters. He still showed he had that burst, dealing with a back injury right now, though. Teams are obviously focusing in on Cup. Like I said, Stafford, everybody's saying, oh, he's dealing with injuries or this, that, and the third. Man, it's week 12, man. Week 13. Now everybody out there dealing with some shit. The quarterback he just played against, he out there with nine good toes right now.
9 toes, right.
You know what I mean? Fresh off of COVID a couple weeks ago. So everybody dealing with something right now. As you say all the time, no excuses, no explanations if you're out there on that
None
field,
at all.
man. So, hey, Sean McVay, the Rams, I don't know. The Packers look nice, though. The Packers look good, man. Down, 3 starting O-linemen. Just getting Aaron Jones back in there. Guys banged up all over the place, man. Like what I'm seeing, man.
Like you said,
What I'm
man.
seeing.
Green Bay, I think Green Bay at the top of the NFC right now. Well, I would say with them and the Tampa Bay Bucks, like you said, definitely at the top. I think they're the head honchos right now. The Rams, man, they got to get it going. So we're gonna see, man. We're gonna see.
Yeah, we definitely gonna see, man. Another team that I thought,
man, I knew it, man.
Did you took the Eagles too?
Yeah, and I told you, I'm like, we was talking about it. I'm like, man, these NFC East matchups will be tough. I'm like, he was like, nah, I don't see it. Daniel
I thought you went back with the Giants. I thought that's what you were doing.
I should have, but I went with the Eagles, man. Again, I told you this NFC East, it could get tough and get sticky toward the end of the year. It always does.
I felt like the Eagles, man, because they got let me see the standings again. The Eagles, they had a chance to win, to be right in this division, right back in the conversation. What we got? They worked, went in the game yesterday, 5-6. The Cowboys 7-4. So I thought they were going there hungry. Giants coming off firing their offensive coordinator, talking about, basically cleaning things and going forward. New head coach, new GM, new this, new that. Giants came out, played tough, man. Xavier McKinney came out, got a pick. Adoree Jackson actually got hurt. Backup corners came in and balled. Defense played well. Jalen Hurts looked bad after the last 4 games before that. They were averaging like 35 points a game. So I definitely thought, I was very, very, I should have known better, me being so confident in the Eagles. But they tricked it off, pissed down their leg, as Coach 30 would say.
Yeah. Hey, listen to what I'm telling you now. With the Dallas Cowboys, the verdict's still out on them guys. You just said they going through some COVID situations. This NFC East could get real tricky.
Oh, I thought you was about to say some bullshit about the Giants, boy. I thought you was about to say it, man. Yeah, somebody said Barkley about the fantasy. I had Barkley on my fantasy team too. I thought he was gonna be one of the ones. Me and AB were actually having a conversation last year about, I was saying the Giants should move on from Barkley.
Yeah.
But that's another conversation to revisit for another day. He wins, but as a Browns fan, and we talking about Baker being paid. Once again, another quarterback who's playing through injuries. Which I feel like most of them are at this point in the season, but he's playing through some significant injuries. A lot of people are saying bench him, replace him, blah, blah, blah. But if you're the Ravens, you throw 4 picks and you're the Browns, you throw 4 picks, your team is playing how it's playing, your quarterback can go put 17 points on the board. I mean, that's tough.
Hey, I was
That's
sitting
tough.
down. I was sitting down last night with one of our man-to-man alums, DeQuell Jackson, a Cleveland Browns greats. And we were having a discussion last night.
He just won the Ring of Honor too.
Yeah. What is the future? What does the future hold for Baker Mayfield out there in Cleveland, D-Butt?
I mean, I still feel like Cleveland, they trapped right now. Like they gotta pay him. They gotta pay him. You know, he's about to be up. And he's obviously not playing great. Like I said, playing through some injuries as well. No excuses. But what's your alternative if you're the Browns? You know, you're not gonna be picking high. Franchise quarterbacks don't just hit the open market. So, you know, what are your options? What are your alternatives besides Baker Mayfield? You know that jersey, that infamous jersey with all the names on the back of the Browns jerseys. And you finally got one that got you to the playoffs. You finally got one that, you know, give you a chance. So you kind of stuck. I don't think you could pay him the Josh Allen money, but it's still gonna be close. That's just the league that we're in, man. Only in America.
Hey, nah, but you said it, and I kind of echo the same thing. It's like right now, like what can you do? And you kind of hit it on the head. You're not gonna be drafted high. A franchise quarterback not just gonna be sitting around. So he's in a good position.
Baker's in a great position. And if you're Baker though, do you continue to play through all these injuries, or do you do?
Yeah. Like you said, like it's about to be week 13. Nobody's healthy.
Yeah, but
nobody's healthy.
Man,
nah, I want to see you tapping out, D-Buck. I want to see you tapping out.
No, I'm not tapping out, but I'm looking at it from his standpoint. Like, okay, I mean, I guess you're right. It's a lot of people playing through some shit.
A lot of people.
You don't want Case Keenum to get out there and you know win 3-4 games, and then everybody looking at you crazy. So I definitely feel it. But if you're in management, if you're the head coach, if you're the team doctors, is this your time to say, hey, we got to protect this guy from himself. We got to put Keenum in there. He gives us the best chance to win right now.
Now, if it's a situation where you say protect him from himself, where he could go out there and injure himself, and it could do some harm.
Mm-hmm. Well, we lost you.
Here, I'm back.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm saying if you protecting himself because he can go out there and do some harm, then that's one thing. But then if you're just saying where, you know, he has some injuries and, you know, he might be hurting, then you gotta suck that up, Paul.
Yeah.
And you just gotta keep it going.
Yeah, I feel you. You definitely got to play to win every game. But John, he got his 50 option next year. But I think they're gonna try to. If you're gonna pay him, because if you're gonna pay a quarterback, the sooner you pay him, the better. If it's somebody you're gonna pay now, if they say, "Hey, we're not committed to this guy," you're gonna try to put together a deal, trade some assets, something to move up in the draft. That's different. But it's gonna be interesting to see what they do.
Yeah, I think that's gonna speak volume if they pay him before that 5th-year option. I think that'll say a lot.
For sure. On the other side, though, Lamar came out of the gates, should have an MVP caliber year. And then last night, a couple games, he done struggled. Dolphins made him look bad last night. I mean, it didn't look good. You know, you got to win because you were playing that offense on the other side. But and their defense played lights out.
Yeah.
Lights out as well. Both of these defenses played really good last night. But what's your level of concern with Lamar? Any concern there? As we get deeper in this season, he said he's going back to the lab.
Yeah, I mean, as he should. I mean, any great player, you know what I mean, after you come off a game like that, that's what you're going to say. I'm going to go back to the lab and look at this film, but I don't think we should panic just yet. Like, I know as fans, you know, we want our players to have great games every game, but, I mean, real is real. Like, you have bad I'm not pushing the panic button on Lamar. 8-3, sitting at the top, got an ugly win. You always talk about it. A win is a win, regardless if it's ugly, it's beautiful. But I'm not pushing the panic button on Lamar.
Yeah, I got you. I'm not either. But last night, some of those plays I couldn't tell what the hell he was looking at, especially that pick he threw to the right. I think Harrison picked it off. That shit was crazy. But definitely not hitting the panic button. But on that AFC side, you start looking at these teams: Patriots, Bills.
Kansas City coming along.
Chiefs. Honestly, right now, if I had to bet, if you put which, that's probably the wrong thing to say. But if you told me who's going to be in the AFC Championship right now,
who you got?
I'd probably say the Chiefs and the Patriots.
You liking the Patriots right now, huh?
After all that shit, it's September, October, as the season continues to matriculate down the stretch, I feel like we're seeing more of the same, man. How could you not? What is there not to like about the Patriots right now, outside of them having, you know what I mean? Like, you got a rookie quarterback, but they're putting them in good positions every week. This defense is playing lights out every week. I hate very bad news, but and then Kansas City, you let them get away with getting those ugly wins. These Chiefs get on a roll late in the season, they're gonna be tough to beat, especially if you go in the Arrowhead.
Yeah. That's crazy. I didn't think that we would be saying this right now. Especially about 4 weeks ago, talking about the Chiefs and talking about the Patriots. But again,
the Patriots,
yeah. So as we know, get hot. It's all about getting hot at the right time, and both of them teams are looking real good right now. So, Mitchell Z, talking about should Prime stay at the HBCU or should he go big, like to a bigger school? Man, Prime stay at that HBCU, man. I think what he's bringing to the HBCU community, man, I think is big. Just if you look at just all HBCUs have a lot of pride, right? I think that's one thing all schools kind of have that pride. But what Prime is doing over there at Jackson State, man, I think that's big. And if he can continue to do that on the platform that he has, and just shining that light on them young men, man, I think that would be huge. So, selfishly speaking, being an HBCU grad, I want him to stay there. But money talks, as we all know. So we definitely gonna see, man. We definitely gonna see.
Definitely gonna see. I want him to stay there at least one more year, because the schools they probably already calling, honestly, the big Power 5 schools, the Florida States, Oklahoma, all these different schools, because of his face, his notoriety. He's obviously showing that he can obviously coach on this level and, get program, because what he's doing in Jackson State has been tremendous. And they're putting it on the national stage, having national commercials and all that shit helps as well. So I love to see it, and I definitely love to see it at HBCU level. But yeah, like you said, that money, man, it's gonna be interesting.
Yeah, very, very.
It's gonna be interesting. You know what, these coaches, man, we didn't put a graphic in for it. Speaking of HBCUs, I know we talked about Prime, and somebody asked about Coach Prime, I think last episode, about him potentially leaving for a Power 5 school. You see some of these big dogs, some of these big names moving from some big schools to probably, I would say, bigger schools. Bigger names, bigger checkbooks, for sure. You got Brian Kelly. He left Notre Dame in a season where they could still potentially get to the playoffs and win the national championship. Lincoln Riley did the same with Oklahoma, and he went on to USC. Brian Kelly went and signed with LSU for both of them, for the big bad. It was a lot of people, not really happy with how they did it. What's your thoughts on that, man? Because I definitely had my thoughts on it.
So it's it's two sides to it, right? So as first off, is the business side of it, right? As we all know, NCAA is a big business. Obviously, I think the student athletes in the past been getting the short end of the stick. But as we said, like money talks, right? And again, the way they did that, the departure. I mean, I didn't necessarily like it, but shit, I think everybody on here or listening, if you had an opportunity, if you was at your job and another job came to you and said, hey, we'll give you X, Y, and Z, and you feel as though that's a better option or better fit for you, I think they would chuck the deuces up too.
Yeah.
But on the flip side, the student athletes, right? These coaches, they come into the living room, they sit talk with your mom and your dad and say, hey, this is what we're gonna do, this, that, and the third, and then they up and leave. So it's both sides to it, man.
Here, for me, I just feel like it's part of the business, and going into college football, any level of college football, especially NIL. Hold on, let me try and switch my mic. All right, there we go. Going into college football, especially big time college football, like it's a business first, and you going in there, like you said, your junior year, your eyes is on what? Your eyes is on going to the league, that Lombardi behind you, all those different things. Same for me, and I'm sure the same goes for everybody that went to most people that went to Notre Dame on scholarship. The same in Oklahoma. So your coach leaving, that's a part of it. That's a part of the process that hey, I'm at a big time school. This guy can potentially leave and go to another school. So I do feel bad for him still, but it's part of the business. And for the coaches, they're gonna do what's best for them, what's best for their family. And like you said, most of us would do the same thing.
No question.
Joel Klatt, he was on Fox the other day. I saw him on he was on a herd, and he went on Acho's show as well. And he said, hey, everybody in business, if you're working, everybody's for sale, essentially. And the only way you don't move is if you don't have the leeway contract-wise, you're tied up, or you don't have the leverage to negotiate or get that type of offer in the first place. So like you said, anybody that's doing their job, if you get offered a significant amount more money, and Lincoln Riley going from Oklahoma to Southern California.
Come on now. Like, I'm out of here.
And he avoids going to the SEC. And on the flip side of that, Brian Kelly, I played against Brian Kelly. Brian Kelly coached the Cincinnati Bearcats when I was in college, and he turned that program around, went down to Notre Dame, and I think the most winningest coach in Notre Dame or something like that. Yeah. So I expect him to go and have LSU in contention in the next 2-3 years. They finally fell off the
no doubt. And I even think in that situation, I think it's, of course, I don't know what's going on behind closed doors. I don't know what went on like on an everyday basis. But outside looking in, even though, he's the winningest coach in Notre Dame history, I look at LSU and I know Notre Dame is not an easy place to get into.
Facts.
And I'm
a lot tougher academically
for sure. And it might have been some things that, he wanted to do that possibly that institution wasn't aligned with. So to be able to go to a LSU, they want their chips, they, that tradition that they set out there as far as the football program. Hey, you can come over here, man. You can run the show.
That's a fact. LSU, they gonna let you do what you need to do to get another chip in there. And but
again, the one thing I didn't like about what Brian Kelly did, though, he had them boys get up at 6:30 in the morning and meet at 7 o'clock and have them boys in there for 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Man, shoot me a text, bro. Go ahead and do your thing, man. Don't have me up early.
I would have missed that one.
Oh, for sure.
I ain't gonna lie to you. I'd have missed that with Coach Kelly.
Yeah. But like you say, man, money talks, bro.
Money talk, bullshit walk 1,000 miles. Some of these details that at least Lincoln Riley did. I don't know if it's confirmed or not. But they put the number over, $100 million contract, buying both his home, $500,000 over asking. Bought a home for him in LA, unlimited use of private jet 24/7. I mean,
you can't beat that.
I went back. I said, man, let me check my Rolodex real quick. Am I sure I don't want to coach?
And then I listened a little bit of his press conference, and he was like, shoot, I think he had probably like 5 coaches on the PJ with him already. Like,
one of those coaches
hit the coaches and was like, hey, y'all coming? So they said, no question, we out of here.
Wait, hold on, AB. I'll be right. I got to take this from my kids' school.
Yeah. But again, like I said, it's tough slang, you know. Again, I feel bad for the student athletes, especially if that was their main intentions of going to that institution, was this coach, you know, sitting in your living room with your mom and dad saying, hey, this is what we're going to do. And they shoot out of there. But again, hey, if your ambition is to get to the league, learn the business now. I mean, learn the business now. Tone, ABDB, how would y'all feel as players for Notre Dame? I mean, I would feel some type of way. But again, the sooner you can understand and learn the business, sure, I mean, it is what it is. But I would be sick, especially in the situation that they're in right now, being able to, you know, run the table. And I read something the other day where not having a coach could have some implications on where they rank, the ranking and things of that nature. So I would feel some type of way. But hey, teach them youngers now. Money talk. You know the rest. You know the rest. Yeah, I'm definitely not waking up for that meeting. Sure. I can text my homeboys and ask, what do you talk about in the meeting?
I posted some of my story the other day about, I put on Twitter as well, reproducing robots. So, you know, they found evidence and saw that some robots have been able to reproduce. And the headline is, you know, big and scary and stuff, but I've heard it's supposed to be actually good for us medically, you know, helping find a cure for cancer, et cetera, et cetera. But I haven't seen too many movies. Obviously, these scientists haven't. But then I woke up and saw this today. A Russian robot company is saying that they will pay you $200,000 for perpetual use of your face and your voice on a robot. And up at this moment, applications have actually been suspended because they received over 20,000 applications. And I was surprised. I put it on my story, and honestly, 9 out of 10 people that replied, and there's people with money, people without, you know, people I ain't sure, whatever. Hey, I do it where I sign up. Shit, I do it. How you feel about this?
Hell no. Hell no. Ain't no telling. Ain't no telling what they're gonna be doing with your face and the voice. Nah, I'm good.
Facts.
I'm good on that. 200K sound good too. Till you hear your voice or your face or your robot out here doing some wild shit.
Yeah, you see your ass on the news like, hold up. Yeah, I've seen too many movies, cuz.
Nah, I'm good. I'm good on that.
Yeah, I'm all the way good. Like I said, I was surprised by the number. Even you go check on my Twitter, see replies, and people just say, yeah, I do it. Now I understand, obviously, if you're in the jam, and 200K is a lot of money.
No,
but
for sure.
Like we said, money ain't always, it don't always take the top spot. And this is definitely for sure one of those situations. Your ass be sleep, see you on the news somewhere. They said also one of the stipulations, you have to have a friendly face. So I don't know, you know, who decides that.
Consider the friendly face. Damn.
I don't know who decides that, but that'd be messed up. Nah.
Imagine you putting your application in, they hitting you back or emailing you back like, your face a little too strong. Like,
yeah, your face unpleasant as shit, brother.
Hey,
decline.
That boy Tone. That boy Tone said Will Smith can't even say it right now. He got too much going on. Ain't that the truth, man?
I swear it feel like all Will Smith movies at some point coming to pass, man. The coronavirus, you know, COVID, I Am Legend, low key. Now we got some iRobot shit. We seen what's the movie where he running away from the government pretty much? They got cameras everywhere. Damn, what's that movie?
I was just watching that movie the other day too.
Enemy of the State.
Yep.
Enemy of the State, man. I'm about to go back and watch the rest of this dude movies. Figure out what the hell going on. But
He
yeah,
on
man,
to something.
It's crazy, man. Will on to something, man. But shout out to Will, man. Shout out to
Get
Will.
right, bro.
Everybody going through something.
Going through something, right?
You feel me? Money or not, everybody got issues, brother. Did you get a chance to watch this game? NBA.
Nah, I didn't. I'm gonna catch it tomorrow though.
NBA, man. I like where the NBA is at right now, man. I feel like the NBA is in a good space. We grew up, we got to see some of the best, obviously coming off the heels of the Jordan era, but we got to see the Kobe, the AI, the Ray Allen, T-Mac, like that era, Shaq. And now what it's going into now, Bron and still dominating KD, these young cats, Anthony Edwards, LaMelo. Like I feel like the league is in good hands, and I like how they're calling the games now, letting them play more. It is much better to watch as a fan. Yeah, what's your take on the NBA right now?
Like you said, man, it's in a good space, man. Even the other night I was watching the Brooklyn Nets and the New York Knicks, and just two teams down the road from each other, just going at it, battling.
Yeah.
Man. I like to see that, and like you said, when we grew up, you had the Knicks and the Miami Heat, you know what I mean? The Knicks and the Indiana Pacers, the Bulls, Orlando Magic, you know what I'm saying? So you had those teams that were staples, and we were starting to see that again. And like you said, you got the elder statesmen, LeBron and those guys, and then like you said, KD, Chris Paul, and then the younger guys, they coming out and balling, doing their thing. So I like to see it. A lot of times it's like, man, we just gonna wait to the playoffs and we'll jump in. I'll jump in and dive into the playoffs. But this year, man, the game's been good, and we've been saying this for a while. It's like certain teams and whatever sport you talking about. If certain teams are good, it's good for that sport. So to be able to see the Chicago Bulls balling, the Lakers, obviously they got some top names. So I think the game of basketball is in good hands right now.
Especially for our generation, because we grew up with the Bulls. We know what type of time the Bulls were on, and now them getting a squad. The Knicks, being relevant again, somewhat. Lakers. Speaking of Lakers, Bron is out at least 10 days with COVID. I know that was your preseason pick. Come out the West. My preseason pick, Golden State. They got a rematch with Phoenix this Friday. What's that? Tomorrow. They got beat last time. Steph came off his worst shooting performance against Bridges and that Suns team. I think he's gonna go off for a 40-piece when they rematch. But can't wait to watch that one again. You still like the Lakers? You still think they figured out?
I still like the Lakers, man.
I gotta check in with you every week or so.
Hey, check in with me, man. It's not gonna change. As long as they make the playoffs, I like the Lakers, man. Beating them in a 7-game series is gonna be tough. Like you said, Golden State's playing well. They Clay is he was on the G League, so he beat ball. Phoenix, they're playing well, but again, with LeBron, Melo, Anthony Davis, it's gonna be. I think it'll be tough to beat them in a 7-game series. So,
not me, not right now. But
they don't play right. It's not a 7-game series.
You're right. It's not right now. But I hope you saw Steve Kerr come out the other day too. I meant to text you this. Come out, say Draymond, best defender in the league. You might have said best defender alive or something like that.
Yeah, Draymond whoop his ass.
You know what I mean? Draymond. I like what that team is doing. Baby Peyton, Young Glove, Clay coming back soon. Wiseman ain't even out there yet. Wiggins looking good, so I'm excited about that squad. Suns look good too, man. I think 18 in a row now.
Some good teams out there right now. But while you talking about Steve Nash, I text you. Well, I think I might have hit you. I think you might have posted some. And I was telling you, I'm like, man, them Brooklyn Nets without Kyrie. I kind of say,
right now.
Huh?
I think they might be one in the East right now, right?
Is the Bulls? I know the Bulls is up there.
I'll check it out. But the thing about it, And we had this conversation before the season started. I said, look, they're gonna make it to the finals with or without Kyrie. You said, hell no, they need Kyrie.
Yeah,
Once the season got underway, I'm like, damn, it's looking like you was on point. But on the East, I mean, you got the Bucks, obviously. Talked about the Bulls, but they got to prove it.
Yeah.
Heat, the culture, but I mean, I think my bet favorite would still be on the Nets right now, especially once James Harden kind of figure out, all right, we saw the comments that he made. Hey, I'm trying to figure out when to be a scorer, when to do this, when to do that without Kyrie, blah, blah, blah. Obviously, we don't want to hear that shit, but I think the basketball savant that he is, he's going to continue to figure it out. And KD, we know what KD is night in, night out.
7-game series, man. Don't forget that the playoffs is a little different. I mean, I could see if it was like a 1 game, hey, you got to do your thing, but 7 games.
Yeah, Nets 1 in the East right now. And then
Nets?
the Wizards. Wizards. Brooklyn Nets 15-6. Wizards are 14-8 in the 2 spot. Then you got the Bucks, Bulls, Heat, Cavs, Hawks, Celtics. Damn, the Sixers down there 11. Oh, and been out. Charlotte at 9.
The Wizards, that might be the most surprising.
To some. I said it would be much better. I love that cool signing. I didn't see him doing this though. It's still early.
Right. Yeah, much better than the Wizards from last year.
But hey, they got the offs though. Russ got him in the offs.
Yeah.
And then the Suns on the western side, the Suns are 1, Golden State 2, Jazz 3, Mavericks, Grizzlies, Lakers, Clippers, Trailblazers, and the Timberwolves at 9. Really like Anthony Edwards, man. Really like Anthony Edwards.
I love his game too. It's got bunnies like me, got springs in his shoes.
Like who?
Like me. Like dang. Like
I hear you, I hear you. We can talk about this shit. This is the last thing I promise before we get in NFL. I promise. MLB, this is big news. Huge baseball show. Huge baseball show. Big baseball guys. The MLB announced the owners voted unanimously on a lockout. I think we've both been a part of a lockout before. But MLB, this is one of the better unions in pro sports as far as the athlete side go. But, once the owners get together and say they're going to do something, they're going to do it. It's a much smaller group to get together and move. And obviously, they're a powerful group. So interesting, especially after seeing the spending spree. I think it is. It's the first time. What did Tone say? I know we got some notes on this from Tone.
Yeah. The
last lockout was. Hold on, did he say it?
No, I don't think he said it.
Oh, okay. I think I saw it somewhere. I want to say it was like 94, 95 or something like that. But
what you think? And again, like you said, I think I was having this conversation last night where you talk about the NFL union, the NBA's union, MLB, you got the NHL. How you think this pans out? You think?
I always feel like the owners are going to win. It's like I said, it's just easier for them to move, and it's easier for their message to be more concise. And you got, I don't even know how many teams there are in the MLB, but the NFL is, 32 teams or 31 owners. So when you get that group of people, it's easy for y'all all sit in a room. You may not disagree on this, may not agree on this, blah, blah, but hey, this is what we're going to do, as opposed to 1,696 for, NFL players and stuff like that. So many people in different parts of the people with the most power. Are they going to step up? You saw the bullshit Drew Brees pulled when he was in there. So just got to worry about that. But ultimately, the owner's going to win, but the players just got to get as much as possible. They just got to get as much as possible. I know they want a shorter, I think quicker free agency for baseball, because I know it takes a while. You got to go through arbitration, all type of shit to really start getting paid. So they're going to want that. I know the owners, I think they want an international draft and some other things. We can circle back to this probably next week, and I'll have more details on it. Look on it, even though I'm a huge baseball guy, got to do a little bit of research. But Jeff Passan put out some of these current opening day payrolls. This is something Tone Seattle Mariners, their team payroll is $57 million. Cleveland Guardians, I forgot to change their name, $46.7 million. Max Scherzer, Mad Max, $43.3 million. Pittsburgh Pirates, $40 million. Baltimore Orioles, $37 million. See, that don't make sense to me because I know they don't have a salary cap, but you got a player in there.
That's crazy.
Whose cap number is bigger than the Pirates and the Orioles by himself. So that's a problem.
That's crazy. And Tone, what Tone say? He'll make.
He making 43.
He'll make $1.275 million an outing. That's crazy.
That's tough. But yeah, he get 43 from signed with the Mets, went from the Dodgers to the Mets, getting 43.3 from the Mets. And also until 2024, he's getting 15 a year from the team in DC. What are they? Nationals?
Nationals, yeah.
So he clear.
He's skipping in the work. He loves
what? I should have learned how to throw that two-seam.
G.I. Joe, what do you think about face guard, and what was your thoughts from jamming receivers back in the day versus now? Defenses could be more physical. Is it harder now? It's definitely harder now. Because a lot of people, I was seeing a lot of stuff against the Dallas game, and turn around, look for the ball. A lot of people that just trying to talk about being a DB and never played the position. Like every time you defend the ball, you don't have to look for the ball. Like you can play through the hands.
Yeah.
You can play through the hands. And at times I know a lot of coaches used to tell us is like, if you're not in position to look back for the ball, don't look back, just play through the hands, but you can't panic, and a lot of times when you're in a position where you're running, got your back towards the ball, and when you do finally turn around, a lot of times that ball pass, it'll go right by you, So again, face guarding, you definitely can't face guard. Just can't, stand in front of the receiver and, do your thing. But it is tougher. They want to see points. They want to see points scored. That puts the fans in the seats. It gets the viewership on TV. So nobody wants to see a 7-3 football game. So again, as a DB, you gotta practice your craft. So I know late in my career, coach said, you got to be comfortable with being uncomfortable. So when you're in that position, the ball is coming, don't panic. Put your hand in that sweet spot. So that's just where you, as a player, man, you just got to work on them type things in the off season and in practice. You can do that in practice too.
Yeah, I feel like we're seeing a lot of quarterbacks. I don't know if they're doing it on purpose or not, but a lot of these underthrown deep balls, and they just, getting easy flags. Definitely hate to say that, but you got to do business as business is being done, as one of my coaches used to say. So big thing AB said was about for DBs, if you're in position, get your head around. Obviously, if you're out of position, you just got to haul ass to try to play the hands, but get your head around, man. Once you get in position, just turn around and try to play the ball. On one of that Raiders Cowboys game, one of my friends who played receiver, he's like, he just put in the group chat, but why is it so hard for y'all, for DBs to just find the ball? Like, why? I'm like, that shit sound easy. But when you got to guard somebody, you got to do all this and then find the ball. It's a whole different ball game. But that's why they get paid the big bucks.
Yep.
I know you like to call Justin Herbert in Chargers. And, second-year quarterback. Burrow, also second-year quarterback. Both of these guys, young head coaches. If you, as a GM, right now, you starting a football team, the Antoine Bethea Defenders.
Hey.
And you got one of these quarterbacks to be the future of your franchise. Which one of these guys you going with? Joe Burrow or Justin Herbert?
I'm going Joe Burrow.
Going Burrow. Wow, what's the reason behind it?
Man, this is Antoine Bethea Defenders. Shit, I like his swag. I like his confidence. She's coming off of.
I'm with you there. You got that championship pedigree.
Coming off of ACL injury, coming out, and he's balling. He's carrying that team. I mean, I don't think you could be wrong either way, but Joe Burrow will be mine, with the Antoine, but they defenders, my quarterback with the swag and the confidence that he has, and he backs that up on the field. I'll rock with the young boy.
Yeah, I'm going the I don't know what would be my name. The Darius Butler Dogs. I like Herbert. Going with Herbert. This was an obvious answer for me though, but I wanted to hear your answer though. But I agree with everything. And I don't think you go wrong with either one of these guys.
Yeah, for sure.
But I'm gonna be real with you. If they had this draft again, their same draft with Herbert, Tua, and Burrow, Herbert will be the consensus number one pick. Consensus. Anybody who had that pick would take a Herbert number one. He's just less mistake prone. He had a bad week last week. But Joe Burrow, he's going to give you more chances as a defender. He's going to give you more chances. But I do like his DNA, his makeup, his attitude. Hearing him mic'd up, that's when you kind of see more personality of a guy and just hearing him talk. Herbert doesn't necessarily have that, but, he's a guy that you can follow as well. What you showing me the standings?
Nah, I mean, I was just looking at it. I just wanted to see where everybody was at. But no, like you said, you can't go wrong. You can't go wrong.
I don't think you go wrong. Love both of them. Shit, even Tua looking good right now.
Yeah.
He getting there, but I'm even after that horrible week last week, guess who has the best QBR in the NFL?
Man,
you got it, Melissa. Justin.
Look at here. Joe Burrow got his team at 7-4. I don't give a damn about no QBR, all that, man. My guy, he got his team looking real good and playing some good ball. So you can 7-4,
Chargers, we at 6-5.
Yeah, y'all the dog fight over there in that division. Y'all the dog fight over there.
The Chargers had the same record after this week. They'll both be 7-5 after this week. How about that?
Sure. Boy, about to sit at 8.
We're gonna have to put our own wager on that one.
Yeah.
Man, matter of fact, we about to jump into AB, man. Finalists, dog.
Yeah.
The Black College Football Hall of Fame. Super dope, man. Your name is up there, a legend in its own right, up there with a bunch of other legends. Look at these names, man.
We got some, man. Sure. We got Nate Newton, Donald Driver, Ben Coates, Coach Frazier, Leslie Frazier,
Mathis. Buffalo Bills right now.
Yeah, man. There's some
Jake
names
Reed.
up there.
I didn't know Jake Reed. Where did Jake Reed go?
I'm not 100% sure.
Tyrone Poole. Hey man, but shout out to all the finalists, man, especially our own AB. That's big time, man.
Appreciate it.
You were in school when you went to school, when you're in that thing, even junior, senior year, was this even a thought?
Nah. Just the thought was, junior season, my junior year, it was all about, trying to make it to the league. I seen a light, but never would have thought that. It was some greats to come through some HBCUs. You know what I mean? Walter Payton, Jerry Rice, Strahan, Doug Williams. Man, we could go on and on and on. So even to be put in that, that group of names, man, is a blessed feeling. So
that's awesome.
Happy, man.
That's awesome, man. Happy for you, man.
Appreciate you, brother.
But appreciate y'all for rocking with us.
As always.
Tell a friend. Man.
Hit that like button, subscribe.
All that.
And catch that Saturday episode, Man-to-Man Picks. One half
Saturday
of the
evening. And DB, y'all check it out, man. Make sure y'all check that pick show. And appreciate all y'all. I had a couple people hit me up on Twitter yesterday. I think most Apple, Spotify, all these things have put out there, weekly or yearly, wrap-ups. And a couple of y'all hit us up, man. Hit the Man-to-Man Pod or hit our pages individually at Darius J. Butler, at Abathea41, and let us know about the pod. Let us know where we ranked in your Spotify, all that good shit, man. We need to know. We need to see it. Leave a review, all that stuff. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Saturday evening, we see y'all again live Monday to overreact to Burrow losing to Justin Herbert. Well, holla.
Peace.